So the next day, I actually put on my community tab for you guys to ask me some questions. So I got around 6 to 7 questions, which I'm quite happy about. I'm going to answer some of them right now in this video. And actually some of them I'm going to make a different video and actually answer them in those. So watch out for those. And the first question I'm going to answer is more or less what separates a good intern from a great intern, which is a very good question. And I actually think it's something to ask anyone that's interviewing you for a role. What separates a good analyst from a great analyst? And first thing I'll say is if you're going to be interning at an investment bank, what will separate you from a good intern is being able to show that you have a lot of macro knowledge. Macro meaning you know what's currently going on in the economy and also in the country as a whole, because that way, let's take a step back. Most people in banking will be able to do a DCF model and LBO model. The models are not that hard to do. You just need Excel and some assumptions. All things being equal, they're quite easy to do. What will make you stand out is being able to listen and know what's currently going on in the economy and actually coming up with an opinion based on what you've heard. Being able to know what's currently going on in the Japanese economy, in China, in Russia, in the UK, in New York. What's the Fed doing? What's the Bank of England doing? Are they raising rates or not? All that kind of macro knowledge really makes you stand out. And actually say as well, this person's going to be interning in the energy and power department of an investment bank. If you can show you have specific sector knowledge, it makes you look very good. If you can show that, okay, I know that oil is currently priced at that the country is currently producing a lot of oil, how does that impact any model I'm doing? Second part of the question is, do I have any advice for someone interning in 2024? I'd say the number one thing you should do is to speak to people that actually got an offer last year or in the years before. That's going to be mostly the analysts or associates currently in the team. Speak to them, learn from their experience, and let them tell you directly what you should do, what you shouldn't do, who you should actually speak to, and actually leads me on to my next point. Don't waste your time. Please do not waste your time speaking to everyone on the floor and trying to go for a coffee with everyone, because it's pointless. In the last summer, a lot of people approached me for a coffee, and I said no to most of them because there's no point trying to find out what my insight is. You're not my team. Like, it really doesn't matter, and I don't influence if you get a return offer or not. Speak to the analysts and associates. Find out from them who you should speak to, and then go for coffee with those people, because the whole point of networking is to try and get people to like you more than what the work you do, but also as a person, try and find some common interests. So all that effort is wasted if the person can't impact your probability of getting a role at the investment bank. So speak to someone that can. What you should do is spend time outside of work studying like hell.
Within 1 second, I'm going to finish all these
books.
Yeah.
Like, once you give me materials, once you know what you're doing on the desk, spend time after work studying that material. Most people are apprehensive about studying out of an internship, but this is your one chance to secure a job that will literally change your life. In 10 years, when you're working in banking, you're an ED earning millions, do you really care that you spent your whole summer not going out but just studying? You're really not going to care. So make sure you actually spend time outside the internship to actually study. Okay, so the next question is actually a very personal question. The person is asking me, what faith do I follow? So I'm a Christian, and in particular, I'm a Catholic. I was born and raised a Catholic. I'm talking about church every Sunday, praying the rosary, and yeah, I'm still a Catholic. I go to church less now than I should, but I'm trying to work on that, and definitely my New Year resolution is to go to church more. The next question is, do I journal, and how do I get through tough days? This is a very good question, and what actually is journaling? Journaling is more or less just writing down how you feel at the moment so that you can reflect on it currently or actually reflect on it in the future. So do I actively journal day to day? No, I don't. And the thing is, with journaling, why I guess a lot of people are not a big fan, and I'll say a lot of guys are not, is because it's all about writing down how you feel and all of that, but we don't see when people take the action. It's fine to make a list of what's bad, but you have to take action. So yes, on a day-to-day basis, do I recognize what I can improve on and actually improve on it? Yes. Do I need to journal that to know? Definitely don't, because if you care about it so much, you're gonna remember it straight away. There's no need to actually have a journal. You can, but it's not the end or be all in my opinion. There's nothing wrong in journaling as long as you take action. Don't be someone that just writes down stuff and actually not make any effort into doing it. Also, the point of journaling is to write down how you feel in the moment. Like, you either feel positive or negative. And if you're feeling positive, it means that, okay, you know straight away, I need to continue to do more of the thing that's making me feel positive. And if you're feeling negative, you know what you shouldn't do. I don't believe people need to write that down. I just believe that people don't want to take action. So to cope, they're going to say they're journaling how they feel, but more times than not, they just don't want to take action. So that's how I feel about the subject. Put in the comments if you disagree. agree. Second part of the question is, how do I get through tough days? Which is quite a good question. I'd say for me, I get through tough days, number one, because I know that they don't last. I know that tough people last, which is very corny to say, but that's the truth. If it's a tough day, just one day, then you know that, okay, this is not going to be my permanent situation. Now the problem becomes when the tough days become tough weeks and tough months. Now, like I said before, that means you're feeling negative about that situation. You need to think about, okay, why is this day tough? Why is my week tough? What's making it tough? Is that thing in my control? If it is, but more times than not it is, how can I affect that? What's going on? Like, how can I change how I feel about this specific thing? Because emotions are a prompt to make you change your current behavior or keep your behavior the same. If you're happy, do what you're doing.
Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Yes!
If you're sad, your brain is telling you that, hey, we're feeling sad right now. We need to move away from this emotion to a different emotion, and you need action to do that. Action is what bridges happiness to sad, or sad to happiness. You can be happy one day and you do something that's very effed up and you become sad. And you can be sad one day, you do something that's very good and become happy. So that's what emotions are for. And I'll also add that I just have the mentality that regardless of how I feel, I seem to get stuff done. Listen, if I feel angry or sad when I wake up, I'm going to the gym, I'm going to work, I'm going to get what I need to get done regardless of how I feel. And I'm telling you that from days when I was prepping for my show, I felt horrible. Like, I was on low carbs, still working my 9 to 10 job. I was still training, I was still doing YouTube. I felt some days, like between July and September, I just wanted to stay in my bed and not move. But I know I have goals. It's all about your mentality. It's all about believing that whatever you're doing is moving towards a future goal that you want. What usually happens is people don't have conviction if they're doing the right thing at the moment. Because if I told you that I can see the future and in 10 years time, you're definitely going to be a billionaire or millionaire, if you feel sad today, you really don't care because you know for sure that future is certain. But because the future is not, on a day-to-day basis, people can feel a certain way. But because I know for sure, I have no doubt that what I'm doing is leading me towards my goal. And that conviction is so high. So on a day-to-day basis, even if I feel like it's a horrible day, I say, you know what? It's 1 out of 1,000 days. That can be horrible. I don't really mind. But I know most of the time, my days are great.